The house was quiet. Not the kind of quiet that calms you. The kind that listens. Outside, the wind slid along the windows like invisible fingers. The old oak tree creaked in the front yard, its long branches swaying, casting restless shadows on the floorboards of Ayan's room. 14-year-old Ayan lay on his back, wide awake, eyes fixed on the ceiling. Midnight was crawling closer. He'd been trying to sleep for what felt like forever, but something in the air felt off. It was heavy. Still, like the whole room was holding its breath, the sheet stuck to his skin. He shifted, uncomfortable. That's when he heard it, tap, tap, tap. It was soft. Barely there. Like someone walking barefoot down the hallway. At first, Ayan told himself it was just his dad getting a glass of water. But the sound didn't stop. It began to pace, back and forth. Back and forth, slowly. He turned his head toward the bottom of the door. A faint shadow flickered under the gap. Someone, or something, was outside his room. Ayan froze. The pacing grew steady. Rhythmic. Like a predator circling its prey. "Dad?" he whispered. Silence. The shadow stopped. The air seemed to thicken. Every sound in the house disappeared. He could only hear his heartbeat, hammering against his ribs. Then, creak. A floorboard. Closer. The shadow stretched longer beneath the door. Ayan's fingers clenched the blanket. He wanted to yell for his parents, but deep down, something warned him not to make a sound. It wasn't just fear. It was instinct. The doorknob twitched. Just a little. Just enough to make every hair on his body stand on end. Then, slowly, it began to turn. The door opened with a long, aching creak, slicing through the silence. A thin blade of darkness spilled into the room. Ayan's eyes widened. The hallway was empty. No father. No mother. Just darkness. He sat up, shaking. "Hello?" His voice cracked in the quiet. No answer. He fumbled for the bedside lamp and clicked it on. The warm glow pushed the darkness back, but not the feeling crawling beneath his skin. The hallway stretched out like an open mouth. He forced himself out of bed. The wooden floor was freezing under his feet. Every step toward the door echoed like thunder in his ears. He peeked outside. Nothing. Just shadows dancing along the walls. Then something caught his eye. His parents' bedroom door. Slightly open. They never slept with it open. "Mom? Dad?" he called, a little louder this time. Silence. The hallway felt colder than it should have been. The kind of cold that doesn't come from the weather. The kind that seeps into your bones. Then, he saw them. Footprints. Wet. Bare. Leading away from his door. His heart pounded as he followed them down the stairs. The prints glistened in the faint light, leading across the living room. And stopping right in front of the basement door. The door was slightly open. Ayan's breath hitched. That door was always locked at night. Always. He stared at it, his instincts screaming at him to run back to bed. But something, a mix of fear and curiosity, pulled him forward. His hand shook as he pushed the door open. A blast of cold air rushed out, damp and foul, like the breath of something that had been waiting too long. The basement light flickered weakly, casting shaky shadows down the steps. "Mom? Dad?" he whispered. His voice echoed down into the dark. No reply. Step by step, he went down the creaky staircase. With every step, the air grew colder. His breath was visible now, thin white clouds in the dark. At the bottom, the footprints ended in front of the old wooden closet. The one they hadn't opened in years. His dad once said it was just junk, but now, the door was wide open. Ayan's hands trembled as he leaned forward. "Hello?" Then, a whisper floated out of the darkness. "Ayan." He froze. It was his mother's voice. But warped. Hollow. Like it came from far underground. Then something moved inside the closet. A pale hand reached out, dragging its nails across the wood. Ayan stumbled back, falling hard against the steps. His heart slammed against his chest. The light flickered again, then died. Total darkness, and then, footsteps. Behind him. Slow. Wet. Getting closer, Ayan screamed. Upstairs, the hallway light flickered. Shadows poured into his room like ink. The next morning, the front door was found wide open. Ayan's parents were asleep in their bed, unharmed. But Ayan's room was empty. His blanket lay folded neatly on the bed, and just beneath the door were wet footprints. If you ever see shadows under your door at night, don't look. Don't move. And whatever you do, don't follow them. If this story sent chills down your spine, hit subscribe for more terrifying tales. And remember, keep your door closed tonight.